Good evening, good evening, good evening. I am back with some more Oxygen Not Included tonight. A little confused here because I got a new chair and I think it's sitting a little higher than usual, but yeah, things might look a little different here. I'm feeling a little different, but you know, whatever. Let's get back in the game here. So today is going to be day 4 of the Frosty Planet Pack, and my recollection of where we left off. I don't know how bad this is going to be, but I was burning through wood at a rather great clip here. What are we at right now? About 10 tons of wood, a little over 10 tons, 10.7. And, you know, we start with 20 tons, and I did have this one phlox branch down here to start picking up a lot of wood here, but then I started using these wood burners as a source of power, and especially as we started making more metal over here, I think, or refining more metal over here. I think that's burned through a lot of our source of fuel here, which is potentially going to be an issue. So because of that, I've set up this second Phlox Ranch. And it looks like we need to get one more critter in there. Let's go ahead and pause here. I don't know if I have anything else that I'm dropping over there, but nope. Yeah, before I do that, you know, not relocate. Wrangle. Yeah, we got a few more Phloxes down here, so might as well grab them. But yeah, otherwise, the things that I've also been doing here, I've been refining metals specifically to try and get these auto sweepers up and running. The ones I'm doing right now are right here, near for the Phlox ranches. I'm just trying to pick up eggs and meat, ultimately, to drop them outside of the ranches, really. But beyond that, I also want to give this conveyor loader here, or use this conveyor loader here, put phosphorite into that to have these auto sweepers automatically fertilize all of these pike apple bushes, just to cut down on some more dupe labor here. And then going forward past that, I also want to add auto sweepers down here to basically be trying to pick up as much of the as much of the oxalize we can, and then drop it, say, over here or something like that. I don't know exactly what this is going to look like. But that's kind of the big plan right now, or at least, not, I don't know the big plan, but that is the plan right now going forward. It's kind of just automating as much as I can here. And in the meantime, I'm also, you know, letting this Phlox Ranch up here run a little while to see just how well that's going to be working as far as wood generation goes. If I need more, I can build another ranch up here. We got one Phlox down here that I can pick up and start dropping down there and continuing to make the ranch, or, you know, get some more ranching going here. But then, you know, also would have to build this new conveyor rail set up here. And, you know, right now it's a bit of a pain because the one dupe that I have that has the proper skill to build this, Mechatronics Engineering, is, who is that, Amari? He is meant to be my gopher, the guy who's going around picking up random stuff, moving it around, doing life support errands, all that kind of stuff. I'd prefer to have him do that, and have my constructor work on the conveyor rails, but constructor does not have enough skill points yet, so we gotta make do of what we can here. We're not getting any more dupes for right now. We're just gonna go with the fungal spore. I can't even think about what kind of other dupes I'd be looking at right now. I think we've got a, let me verify this. I think we've got a dedicated cook now. Yeah, Catalina. And for the most part, yeah, we got 2 ranchers, a cook, a researcher, a digger, a builder, a gopher. I think that's it for everyone right now. It's fine. So, you know what? How much is this wood pile? How much wood does it consist of? 400 kilograms? Let's break it down. I mean, we're not going to need any of these anymore here. The wood, yeah. We can't rebuild this, but yeah, having a little more wood coming out of it in this case here, that's going to be nice. Uh-oh. We are... I think actually right now I'm gonna stop making tungsten, and at the same time cut power to that for right now. This pump down here, actually. Yeah, we'll do that here. Yeah, basic thought there is, I just want to be preserving power, getting more of the smart battery loaded up, more wood in here, etc., etc. Hello, Nanashi, how are you doing tonight? Talking through my current plans today, which is try and get more wood out of this second Phlox Ranch, see if I'm going to need to make a third Phlox Ranch, because I got, one more Phlox down here that I can start making use of if necessary. Oh, yeah, yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I was away. I was intending to stream yesterday, but a few things happened, one of which was I had a big headache going on most of the day, and by the time my normal stream time came around, I was just like, nah, I can't do this. I can't. I need to, like, take a nap here. But the other was that I had this new desk chair delivered, which was important to me because last Friday I kind of broke my old one. Not completely broke it, but kind of broke it in a way that the back here was all wobbly and kind of disconnected in a way that sort of felt like, you know, if I were leaning on it too hard, it might completely break. I might fall back or, you know, hurt myself some way. So since then, you know, when I've been sitting on this chair, I was sitting on it rather awkwardly, just trying to make sure that I wasn't breaking it any further, and I think that that really screwed up my ergonomics. It made me feel really, really sore in the back. It's like, I need to, like, not sit in this chair for a good long while. But yesterday I had this new chair delivered, spent some time assembling that, and then after that as well, it's just like, okay, I'm a little exhausted. I think I can just take the time off there. 10 minutes of Monday night stream. Okay, a little off somehow. Felt sick. No, it wasn't sick. I think it might have been, again, that chair where it's just like, I'm sitting in this awkwardly, I don't like this, I'm feeling really sore here, but, like, yeah, right now, I'm feeling fine here. This new chair, so much better. So, yeah, I'm ready to go completely, long today. We're gonna do this here. And, I got problems here that I need to be fixing. So yeah, I mentioned, wood, new throne, yeah. So, like, I say that this chair is so much better here. It's a cheapo chair. It was just, once I broke that previous chair and was seeing the problems I was dealing with sitting in it, I was like, okay, I just need to get something here, like something minimally viable, something that will work, that I can sit on, not feel like I'm gonna hurt myself or anything like that. And the soonest I could get it was get it delivered yesterday. But yeah, again, I think that old chair was due for a replacement, because even as cheap as this thing is, it's, again, so much better. So much better. Yeah, wood, I was doing a lot of refining of metal over here, specifically wolframite and tungsten. That thing consumes a lot of power there, though, so I'm turning that off for now while we, I don't know, I guess stockpile some more wood, and also set up the beginnings of some auto-sweeping and automation here. And this one's gonna be slower than I'd like, because the only duplicate that I have that can do mechatronics, that has mechatronics engineering right now, is the Gopher, and I think he has... Where are you? Ari, is this... He has, yeah, building impaired, -3 construction, so his current construction right now is -1. But he's the only one that can build this stuff, so be it. Oh, and actually, I didn't even think about this. Maybe I could take Frosty Lady, my other constructor, maybe say, get rid of all of this and then go into mechatronics engineering instead. That might be the way to go. What is your current construction? 9, and we'd be losing 4 points from that respec. Which watts does this take? 480. Also, one thing I've been noticing here, doing a little bit of a breath holding over here during the science. I gotta... Yeah, the carbon dioxide is thick. Give them construction priority. Anyone can do normal operating. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I think, yeah, that's I think the way to go. Like, yeah, in this case, like, yeah, in this case, Amari, I just got him. He had the spare skill points, and otherwise I just became him carrying and strength. But he had the skill points available. I'm thinking through this. And experience, yeah, yeah, you missed this. I learned this, yeah, the hard way, yes, last time. So first of all, I enclose this here, and a little switch here to open this up as necessary. But I neglected to do math on this. I looked in here and looked at the average output, 109 grams per second. I thought, that's good, we'll make use of this. What I neglected to check was the math on the alveoveras, which consume only 2 grams per second, which means this thing was giving us way more carbon dioxide than I really could use. I just completely overshot everything there. Be looking at something like 55 alveoveras just to handle all the carbon dioxide that comes out of here lifetime. Is quite a bit more than we got down here. And, you know, otherwise, you know, I got the carbon dioxide from the wood burners, from the dupes. So, yeah, that was a bit of a whoopsie as I saw the carbon dioxide level continue to rise and rise and rise and rise, and, yeah. But it's fine, it's fine. We're dealing with it. Oh, yeah, another thing. Okay, so down here, this is another thing I've been starting to do, digging down this way. Because I wanted to try and get to this Mammoth. The Mammoth and the ethanol. And specifically this one right here. This guy right here is unable to reach these two plants right there. Which, I don't know, it amuses me, but, we're gonna go down there, fix that, let him be able to eat some things, and then I guess same thing down here, where this mammoth can't reach this plant here. Yeah, I just want to help them out, give them the ability to eat a little more, get a few more, or get a few mammoth patties out of them, maybe make some extra phosphorite. We're not running low on phosphorite right now, but I am thinking ahead. Oh yeah, and also found my first warm biome. You know, everything else super cold down here. Not so much down here. Definitely not digging into this, though. Separating wild food is a good idea so they don't starve to death. Yeah, so I think the thing, like right now, I'm fine letting them eat the wild plume squashes here. And, you know, if they do that, then we can get mammoth patties out of that, so, yeah, I'm fine with that, yeah. Welcome in, Corbs. Background sound streaming. Yes, I'm happy to provide that. And I guess the other thing is that I'm trying to get while digging down here is all the sucrose. If I can get a bunch of sucrose here, then maybe I can start feeding it to these spigot seals up here. Start getting a little bit of ethanol out of them that way, and yeah. Make more sense to tame them first and carry the food to the ranch. Good point. I didn't think about that. So if I'm gonna do that, I would want to build a ranch for them. Or ranches. I think we could do one right here. So yeah, we could do one right here. One downside is I'd be losing this one sleet wheat. I don't think that's a big deal because I got lots of sleet wheats around that I could be grabbing. You know, while farming here. And then if I'm doing that, I'm just trying to think here. I remember the math on this right, and I can actually do this again real quick here. Mammoths eat 44% growth per cycle of plume squashes. And in domestic growth, they have a life cycle of 9 cycles. So, like, I'm talking through all this right now because my recollection of the number of, you know, if I'm going to actually be feeding them ultimately, the number of plume squash plants that I'm going to need to have for a full mammoth ranch, I think is 24, if I remember correctly. I'm just trying to remember the math on this right here, so... life cycle, 9 cycles... Start this again. 1 over 9 is 11% per cycle. Plume squash is 44%. Okay, so... I would need 4 plume squashes per mammoth, and you can fit 6 mammoths in a ranch. That's where you get 24. Okay. So yeah, I'm just trying to think, like, can I do something, any sort of, like, spiffy setup like this where it can, keep keep the Bamis held within this tightly confined area and let them feed, but I don't think so, like, yeah, it's literally... That might not work. Long term, at least. Yeah, the generators are why I'm running out of wood there. And I think part of it was the metal refinery, running that, trying to refine some metals there. That consumed a lot of power, and that was probably using up a lot of the wood there. So I'm turning that off for now, and I got a second Phlox Ranch set up to try and get some more wood here. So I'm gonna, let that run for a little while, just see how my wood stockpile is working, and, kind of go from there. Anyway, okay, you are now down there. You're now eating things. Cool, cool. Cycle 52 and creating that oxygen farm right now. Cool, cool. I would love to be doing that. I just don't feel like I have the room yet. Part of it is I'm kind of keeping a lot of these wild plants in place for now, just to try and get more sleetweed out of them. For more food, essentially, but at some point, I feel like I want to set something like that. Cycle 1,000, someone would have done 5,000. Yeah, I'm probably about there with you. Maybe not entirely, but I tend not to be rushing things, we'll say. I kind of want to get rid of that, too. Yeah, like, my playstyle is typically dig out a lot of the area here so that I have a lot of canvas to work with, so to speak, and try and then try and paint something, try and set up my whatever it is I'm doing that way. What did I just researched? Oh, the mercury ceiling light, that's right. Sorry, just pausing for a second while I think a little bit about this. I think, like, the next thing I was thinking I wanted to build was the steam turbine, and I was just taking a look around to see if there was anything else that I felt like was strictly necessary here. And I'm thinking not, so... That's the botanical analyzer, okay. I'm actually kind of curious, because we do have that one radiated seed, but for now, yeah, we're going to be going there. Going really slow, too. Part of it is not having petrol at all until you can pierce the lava layer, create a superconductive planet using sugar, of all things. Yeah, like, that's the thing there. Like, I initially was thinking I would probably not use sugar at all, or the sugar engine at all, because, carbon dioxide seemed a lot better, and, like, it's in the initial playthrough, sugar was hard to get. I guess, I had Sweetles, I could have fed them whatever sulfur I had around, but, I say sugar, sucrose here. But I don't know, here it might be more doable, because, we got some actual sucrose down here in these biomes. I mean, I'm not going to. I think, I think they're more useful to feed to spigot seals ultimately, but respawn as long as you had at land with CO2 needs more tank, more setups. Okay, okay. Here's the other thing I'm kind of curious about. I'm looking at the wiki here. My recollection was carbon dioxide engine, max height, 10 versus 16 for the sugar engine. They both have the same range. Does the sugar engine require some fuel tank or anything like that, though? Uh... Engine needs oxidizer to operate, so yeah, you would need an oxidizer tank. Okay. Too short for the normal spacefarer module, yeah. um, yeah, what I did with my, in the initial rockets, I keep forgetting, I forgot that, yeah, let's, now that this is done, I did want to, say, Frosty lady, get in here, we're going to, redo our, scrubbing, or redo your skills a little bit here. Yeah, this first space out run, yeah, no, I did the carbon dioxide rocket initially, and then, you know, put in the solo spacefarer solo cone, the nose cone there. I played around with the construction on that quite a bit, trying to figure out how to make it work. And at some point, I just decided, you know, I can't make this work. I'm going to do an actual spacefarer module here. And I just said, okay, you know, I'm going to be fine with this here because, too much carbon dioxide here. But yeah, I said I was going to be okay with this here because this is just going to be for data bank production here. You know, good enough here. We're just going to go up into orbit, one space, that's it there. Do I plan on using the geovents this run? The, you mean geotuning? Because if so, yes, definitely. That was something that, I only started exploring towards the very end of last run, but, yeah, specifically with the saltwater geyser. Geovents... I'm not sure what you might be talking about, then. Oh, wait, is it the geothermal vents? Is it the geothermal power plant? Yeah, the geothermal machine. Yeah, I'm intending to, at some point. I just don't have a sense of how I'm gonna, you know, it's something I'll figure out when I get there, essentially. Officially called geovents. Okay, okay. Yeah, I wasn't, yeah, I didn't know that, number one, and number two, they're gonna be entirely new to me. I've, read a little bit about them, seen some tutorials, so I kind of have an idea of what the strategy is gonna be. I just, I don't really, you know, until I actually get down there and actually put it into practice. I don't know. It seems like, if nothing else, it will be, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. What an espresso machine? Somehow or another, I didn't build this ladder right here to actually get over here. You know, actually getting down into there and you know, building the setup and making use of it. That's, you know, that's going to be, you know, entirely different from you know, the theory of how to be doing everything here. So I'll need to find them. I'll need to play around with them, given everything that's all the tools that I got, and, you know, figure them out from it. But yeah, that's one thing I definitely intend to do, because each of my playthroughs, not that, I am intending to get all these achievements here. And yeah, the geothermal power plants, geovents. Ah, yeah, it says geovent there. Yeah. For that, it's just like, yeah. Found the warm biome zone close. Probably, yeah. It's like we've got a wasteland biome there. I don't know. We'll find out when we get there. It's for power generation. There are easier ways, but generating random air materials can be fun. Bring as liquid as hot as possibly can, pump it to get random stuff. Yeah, that's, I'll have to think about, consider how to go about doing if I want to do that. You know, I was thinking about it initially from the idea of power, but, I don't know. So again, play around with it, see what we can do with it. It is a wasteland biome. Okay. I was thinking that looked um, a lot like sulfur there, but this is saying it's sandstone. And I do think that wasteland biomes do generate on this map here, so yeah. And I guess, that could be another, well, maybe not. I was thinking, it could be a source of, additional source of sulfur, not sulfur, sucrose. But I forgot that I don't think we have a sulfur geyser. Yeah, not a sulfur geyser here. It should be on this planet instead. Yeah, liquid sulfur geyser. And did we... Nope, you're still... Yeah, because there's way too much carbon dioxide here. Skills read. Okay, there we go. So, Ms. Frosty Lady, you are going to be getting into mechatronics engineering. And I guess because of that, we'll give you the fancy hat. Alright, so with this, the construction of all these conveyor receptacles, conveyor lines, all that kind of stuff should be done a lot faster here. One other thing that I forgot that I'm going to need to do, power lines. So let's lay these out as well. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So much better. That does have power, too. Have a huge bottle of ethanol, can burn that, too. Yeah, that's true. And, yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm trying to get down here, because, yeah, no, more ethanol. More handy. Yeah, we can dig through this abyssalite. Why not? But yeah, we'll collect a lot of that ethanol into... I don't know why I didn't dig into here. Oh, well. Yeah, because this is also chilly. This over here is warm. It's a sporkid right there. Why is there a sporkid there? They got the ancient specimen down here as opposed to right up here. Is that an oil biome? I don't know. We'll get there eventually. We'll see what that is. But yeah, it's getting into the ethanol down here. Kind of with the idea that I'd be pumping this into plume squashes for the Bamus, but I'm gonna need to figure out the ranches a little more because actually I think I'll kind of try and raw out one of these things and try and figure this out here because it'd be hydroponic tiles. First of all, let's say... So normally what I'd want to do for a ranch is 4 high, and it would look something like this, but I need to put, stations on this too, so that would be... like a critter drop-off over here, and a grooming station as well, so then if we do that, 3 tiles high, 81, then we can do this. That would be the size of the room, ultimately. So yeah, I think I'd have to do ranches 3 tiles high, which I don't like there. Carve the crystal before dunking the tile under it. Good call. I forgot that you can't pick these up as it is right now. Yeah, we'll do that. And what kind of errand is this? It's a digging. Oh, okay. Okay, good. Yeah, it should be easy enough to do. Can't reach. Yep, I see what you mean there. Well, we can do that at least. Grab that sucrose there. But yeah, I guess if you know, if we're talking about like, you know, we're talking about you know, I might as well just get these mammoths and put them up in a ranch and tame them for now. What I could do is just, you know, a standard 4-tile high ranch right now, and occasionally just pick up food squashes, dump them in there every so often or something. I don't know. I think that makes sense. Alright, egg. We're going to get phlox eggs out of here. We are going to get wood. Not that. Wood out of here. And meat out of here. Unfortunately, that can't go anywhere yet until we construct the rest of these here, but, yeah, we're getting there. So, you know, one of the good things here is that my oxalite supplies have been going up here, I guess. And it seems like the carbon dioxide down here is now thick enough that the oxalite can't off-gas anymore, so making some progress, I guess. Yeah, like the way that I have things set up here, some of this carbon dioxide is also kind of spilling over down into here, where eventually, I don't know, it's just like, well, I'll deal with this all later at some point or another, I don't know. But you know what I could do? I could maybe do that, powered airlock. I mean, yeah, I could. I don't really mind it getting leaked out this way, because I don't feel like I need to, preserve all this carbon dioxide and say, like, all of this needs to be fed to the alveoveras here. Like, we have plenty of that right down there to do its thing. I'm more concerned about the carbon dioxide building up and then, you know, like, reaching science stations, research, the skill scrubbers, and causing some breathing issues, so, you know, more of that spills down here. Sure, whatever. And if I really want to feed that back to the alveoveras, then I can just do a pump down there. Pump a lot of that back up here, eventually. I missed the printable. We're not getting a new duplicant, but we got Bloom Squash Seed. Makes sense. We'll go with that. Sounds good. Ooh, there we go. There we go. Ooh, I like this. Brightness, brightness. What if we were to move you up here? So that we can speed up science work. Oh, cool, cool. That's now going. Alright, alright. Oh, what? What? Oh. There was a mammoth here before. Now there's not. Did it die? I guess it did. It might have been on this... They dropped into the ethanol because they went for the break. Yeah, okay, okay. Oh well. Oh well. We got another mammoth down here. And besides that, another one up here. Kind of loud. Siri did reload. At the moment, I'm not that bothered. I think we can call it good for now, but, yeah, we got 2 other mammoths. I think, yeah, it's not the end of the world here. We'll be able to make more. And I guess we can also say, you know, auto-harvest these plume squashes then. That's patties... Right, they don't... Okay, good. I was just wondering if they would eventually rot, but it looks like no, they won't. Okay, phosphorite is now in these receptacles. So these auto sweepers should automatically fertilize them. And then eggs, wood. Oh, that's going this way. I guess I'm also gonna say, Amari, go back into the skill scrubber here. We're gonna get you back into, you know, improved carrying, strength, and then maybe start to move into exosuit training soon enough here. Oh, that's not a big deal. Yeah. Care about that. Right now, I'm just trying to think about... auto sweeping or auto sweeping down here for the alveoveras. I feel like I'm still going to need a whole lot more tungsten for that. Here. Research is complete. That's renewable energy. Okay, cool. What should we get into next? Glass blowing. Yeah, we're gonna want glass here. Why am I using tungsten at this point? It's because that's the only, that was, when I started, when I set this up, it was the only, metal that I had available, metal ore that I had available that I could, refine. You know, outside of the cinnabar, but I want to build things out of that. But now that I'm getting iron down here, might make more sense to smelt iron instead. Like, yeah, I'm kind of curious here. 43.5 kilojoule, or 45 kilojoules for tungsten. Oh, it's more for iron. Well, yeah, if that's the case, whatever. Probably just make more tungsten, essentially. Because, you know, it's something we got there. More thermium than steel now because steel is bottlenecked by lime production. Yep. Yeah, this is one of those, yeah, it's the best of what we got here. So, I'm still watching the wood here. And it still feels like this number's lower than I'd like it to be. Or it's still kind of going down. So I'm thinking I probably should just do another ranch here. Although if I'm gonna do that... like, I'll be digging through snow here. That'll be fine. Yeah, let's do this. Guess we'll have to do that. So a lot of that snow will fall down. Ooh, yeah, and up here too. Rather than dig all this out, I think I'm just going to build a ladder right there so we can construct all that stuff there. And then pike apple bush, and plant these. Ew. Of course, how to get yourself stuck like that. Okay. Let's try that again. Maybe not do that. I'm building a tile right there to try and force that that ice out of there. That's the only reason. Yes, we can also say dig all of this here, just to get some extra resources that way. Oh, that's interesting. This auto sweeper can actually fertilize these bushes up here, but not these two. What that is? Because the angle is blocked, you move up, down one tile, it'll reach them. Right, yeah, I was trying to think there, is that something I'm gonna want to bother to do? I was ultimately, I'm gonna need more auto sweepers up here anyway to get rid of eggs, meat, and wood. But the question in my mind there was, do I leave, do I move this down so that I have one less conveyor receptacle and then less conveyor railings out there? And I think ultimately it's just not worth it. So yeah, ultimately, we'll just be doing all of this here, and that's... So I'll need that. I guess we can do that. That's gonna make things nice and easy. Yeah. Okay. Alright, and then with this, more wood, more wood. We just need to complete this little snow tile right here. Also, disable harvest on these guys. Oh, did I, yeah, Amari, sorry about that. Get you into improved carrying cats. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Snow down here. Mirror receptacles are supplying phosphorites to the fertilized plants. Yeah, I'm manually loading up phosphorite into this loader right here. And yeah, it's manually going to the receptacle here, and receptacle up there. And the auto sweepers will just be doing a little bit of labors that way. That's ultimately the thought there. It's like, my farmer has enough to be doing already because all these alveo berries down here, all this pike apple over here. I want him to have a little break here. So, 15 tiles here that he has less to worry about. Let's do it. Let's do it. And ultimately, more auto sweepers down here will be trying to do the same thing here. Trying to fertilize the alveo berries, picking up the oxalite, and then moving the oxalite elsewhere. Wondering how to use case of those things when the building's never built. Yeah, it was something that I wasn't really even thinking about for a good long while until I saw some videos using them in a design as though it was like really matter-of-factly, and it's like, oh, that does actually seem like a rather obvious use case there. I don't know why I didn't think about that. Sure, let's do that there. I think it's like I guess normally what I might have done otherwise would have been like put a conveyor chute in places like this, dropping whatever in there and being like, okay, the auto sweeper can pick it up, drop it here, but specifically for use cases like this where I got multiple places where I want to be delivering phosphorite. You can be having the conveyor receptacle basically meter out the amount of phosphorites that you're delivering, or material ultimately that you're delivering, and say like, okay, so I just want to deliver 1 ton here, and then deliver the rest of the phosphorite here, and then phosphorite over here, etc., there. Yeah, that's I think it makes things a little cleaner, I think, that way, and not usually strictly necessary, but in this particular case, I think it's really handy. Alright. So we will drop these floxes up here to, again, be trying to get more wood, because I'm seeing this number go down more and more. Outside of stable. Why is that? Because I forgot to add that final tile right there. Go create another Duke 3 colony. Cool, cool. Sounds good. Yep, and in the meantime, I got notice that an ad break's coming up in about 4.5 minutes, so be ready for that. I say be ready for that. You know, take your own break. That's how I said, yeah, that's what I'm saying you're doing here, because I'm going to be taking a break. You're not going to be missing anything. Maybe this is a good time to go through the spreadsheet and figure out something that looks good for a duplicate there. I don't know. I don't know. Do anything other than watching ads. What I'm saying. I guess we can now down here. Take that. I want to dig into here. And yeah, why not? Sand do I currently have? Yeah, okay. Enough. I was just thinking, you know, there's a lot of sand in here that I could make use of. With deodorizers, of course, but I don't think I'm in desperate need yet, so we'll just go ahead and dig that. Also, maybe I'm gonna try not to touch that bleach stone. As I do. What's this here? Smart-looking smart storage. Not just a smart storage, a smart-looking smart storage. Didn't even realize I could rename some of these here. DIY cots. Wood heater. So wait, is it the case that... Oh, you can rename the bins. How did I not know that? Huh. Yeah, sorry, I don't have those for now, Corbs. One day, though. One day I'll get them. Learning for you have to learn Rebel rockets. I'm playing with no petrol. So I create a giant tower of Rebel storage just enough to fill Rebel rocket filled up over time, then release it all at once to fill the rocket. That's roughly what I did, yeah. So, do I have the stuff that I can kind of demonstrate this? No, I don't right here. I think, let me pull up show on disk. I think I have a screenshot saved of what I did. Is it? That is one option, but I want to see if I can find a better one here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. But... yeah, I can show you this screenshot right here that I previously took. So the idea here is, you know, generate radiation here, and then send this into a smart storage here. I can actually zoom in a little bit. And then I had ultimately 4 smart storages to fill the rocket there, but also because 3 Radical generators and 4 storages filled a 2 kilowatt circuit line pretty much perfectly. So yeah, that's all I did. Just feed them into one smart storage, or one storage, and then a little automation to every so often shoot them up this way. And then with this final one, I had a manual switch to fire off the rest there. Nuclear waste from the Radical rocket. I previously just let it disappear. That was inefficient. You can do something else with it. Anyway, ad break's about to begin, so I'm taking my break here. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, and we're back here. And, Corbs, I'm sorry, I paused on your question there because, yeah, bad break was coming in. But, White Boy dupes, we've got, I'm going to get my camera out of the way so you can see this here. The one you already named here, Corb, is probably the closest we got to a white boy. The other ones we got, Catalina, Frosty Lady, and Pay, are the only other white ones there. So I think might not be an option, whatever it is you're thinking here. But you know, we can dress up how we want there. Frosty Lady. Yeah, I think I can't remember. Worms, did you name her, or was it Redneck? I think it might have been Redneck. Yeah, okay, so it must have been Redneck there. And also, yeah, Nanashi, about the nuclear waste. Yeah, that was just something that I just vented into space when I was doing my rockets. Later on, I was trying to contain them in trying to contain the nuclear waste uh, in in a sort of like vent or like an exhaust bay or something. Um, it never worked too well for me, whatever I was trying to set up. But I think part of that was just I wasn't launching the rockets frequently enough there. Name the sound, but it's not white as a ghost. Ah, okay, okay. But yeah, I think like if you can figure out a way to get contain the exhaust from the rockets there, that's going to be another source of radiation. And I think might as well do it. Um, I'm just trying to think about what's next as far as things that I want to get, and none of this really looks like it's necessary, strictly speaking. So I think we go back to just doing research for research's sake right now. Tile, door, glass forge, geotuner, gantry. We got 4 Floxes in here. Our Shaman Gamer Dad, welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How you doing tonight? Hello, Red Aggro, welcome back. Welcome back. Continuing our starting run here of the Frosty Planets, and good lord, my wood. It's I'm not liking the look of that. That's going down a lot faster than I'd like to be. But good to hear you're doing well. What were you playing tonight? I don't think I saw you on earlier there. Gotta get to dinner and whatnot. Okay, okay. Yeah, thank you. Thank you as always there. Yeah, I know that's how you typically do. I appreciate that. Playing Goni. Okay. Cool, cool. Yes. That's always a good game. That is what is going down faster than it wants. Yes, 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 yes. That's, phrasing. Also... yeah, one thing I'm noticing here, there's some slippage going on here. Let's maybe do something about that. It's not there. Yeah, make these actual floors now. Although eventually I'm going to actually want to replace these with actual tiles here. $20. Oof. Oof. Good lord. Yeah, these places are getting pretty expensive these days here. Okay. Got the rest of these phlox eggs here. 3%, 5%, 6%. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to make do with what we got here. Although, you know, we could continue to essentially be collecting all of this ethanol into a single pool and making use of ethanol generators. Not ethanol, petroleum generators that take ethanol in them. How much would they take? 2 kilograms per second. Might be worth looking into, but at the same time, I'm just also thinking, you know, the spigot seals over here, we could begin feeding these sucrose and getting ethanol out of them. Maybe that's going to be the way to power here. 171 to 164. So you're trying to lose weight there? I asked that because I'm the kind of guy who has always had difficulty putting on weight. But yeah, if that's what you, if that was the intent was, it's pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. See, I'm just talking about all this here because, you know, we got these bonbon trees here. Are these seeds or... Seeds, yeah, okay. The spigot seals can be eating out of them, getting nectar here. Not nectar, ethanol, making ethanol here. I do at some point want to be getting nectar out of these. Ooh, spicy tofu. Yeah, spicy tofu absolutely makes the most sense here. Mallow seeds, no good because it's too cold for them. But spicy tofu is good food here. And my dupes eat that. Yeah, okay. I said to go ahead, eat that. Yeah, you're good to go. So maybe, maybe I just don't spend a whole lot of time digging out down here anymore because we got a big carbon dioxide pit here. Maybe I just start to go up this way. Internal freezer and wait till I find... Yeah, that's true. And then nobody eats it. Yes. So we'll just drop this down here in this carbon dioxide pit, where it's negative 28 degrees, and it will be heat frozen forever. And if I'm calling him this, I'm going with this. If Jorge lives on this planet, then we've got one food ready to go there. Or Alvio Vera's at the lower area. He's on a super and drop by there to save on labor. You mean like down here? I mean, that is an option here. I think I'm just more concerned about the Alvio Veras up here, though. hang in. Maybe at some point, you know, if we run out of carbon dioxide here, then I'll just pump out this carbon dioxide, dump it up here instead. I don't know. Oh, wait a minute. There's more Phloxes down here. 3 Phloxes down here. 8 of 8. 5 of 8. Oh, I see why there's Phloxes down there, because we were doing some construction, and they slipped out down here, and yeah, okay. Throw some alveoveras whenever I see CO2 building in the cool area, since CO2 is gone when I dig it up. Okay, okay. Yeah, I think, like, this was previously the bottom of my base for a good long while, and that's why I have all these alveoveras here, and why I've been kind of expanding in this direction here. Is that... Oh, liquid chlorine. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Yeah, and, you know, as I've been digging more and more down, it's just sort of felt like, is it going to be worth it to actually do more alveoveras down here? And I think right now, not yet. So I think this capture setup is working just fine for all of this for now. But I'm sort of sighing at this point because I do feel like, you know, I'm looking at wood quantity going down. And I feel like more and more Phloxes aren't really going to help with this. And why did you not get captured down here? Or you? 6 of 8, 8 of 8, 4 of 8, yeah. So, I am feeling like I need to be making use of the ethanol. Uh-oh. Why are you so high-stressed? Popped eardrums, but... Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. You're gonna make tons of oxalite, might as well use it. Yeah, oxygen masks, yeah, a little copy with the oxalite sconce and gas pump inside. The oxalite will go off gas, and the pump will send the gas to wherever I want. Yeah, so I think, okay, so, yeah, so, like, it sounds very similar to, a design that Corbs was sharing with me earlier when I first started this game, which was kind of like, you know, a bunch of alveoveras farms, in a locked room, automation for all of that, oxalite getting sent into a separate room where the autosweepers were putting them on the sconces, making oxygen that way, and then pumping out oxygen that way. You know, O2 and off-gassing oxalite CO2 that gets compressed from pressure. Yep, I am, yeah, noticing that. Definitely noticing that here. Why is, this... Let me dig that out a lot faster than everything you're doing over here. Anyway. I'm thinking down here when I'm gonna try and collect all this ethanol into one single pool area. And then maybe Maybe I will need a petroleum generator. Like, I want to collect it all into one area to see just how much ethanol I've got. How much do spigot seals make? 40 kilograms per cycle, which might not be enough considering petroleum generators. Yeah, take 2 kilograms per second, so one spigot seal would make enough ethanol for 20 seconds worth of of uh, uh, 20 seconds worth of a petroleum generator running. Might be worth it though if at the very least I can let these wood burners not have to run as often. Like maybe I can replace this metal refinery or move it, say, over here instead. Put the petroleum generator over here. Leak extra water into here. And, like, the thing about that is we've got this heavy watt wire already that's connected over here. I think that could work. Yeah, I think I like that idea, actually. Okay, so if I'm gonna do this... Goes there... Yeah, okay. And then the petroleum generator, how much was that? Was that, or like the size of this? Okay, it's, yeah, literally right there. Okay. Okay, I like the look of this. And I'm doing this specifically this way because I want to get, I want to move, like, you know, the heat-generating stuff, you know, the stuff that makes a lot of heat. I want that out of the way here. Not in the main base here, where I might accidentally melt all my snow tiles or anything like that. Possibly, you know, warm up the pike apple or alveo vera plants. Cause problems that way. And here... Yeah, that'll be a way to start moving this ethanol down this way. I'm thinking pool right about here, but I'm also seeing we got another bit of ethanol this way, and some down here too. It's not that big of a deal, but, you know, we just need to find somewhere to put it. I think this, like, if we don't see any ethanol further, well, okay, some down here. But it's 6.8 kilograms, 38 grams. Like, yeah, there's so much. What we got right here is just so little. I can just mop that up and then manually bottle drain it in here or something like that. But yeah, this pool right here, I can deconstruct these tiles and let it all drain out this way. Yeah. Okay. Is this really a wasteland biome down here? Could have swore I saw Sweetles earlier, but I might have just been imagining things. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, I think we're gonna ignore the spigot seals for now. They're not, like, you know, we're this one here is making some ethanol. This one kind of as well, as long as this shine bug is every so often making its way over here to give this thing some light there. Dig 6 normal tiles before I have to come up to breathe. Oof. Maybe I do... Maybe I do need to be looking at oxygen masks here, then. Yeah, I might have to do it. Like, they don't have a power requirement. That's a good thing. Let's say... Stress right here. And yeah, like, especially with this pit being as big as it is. Yeah, so I think what we'll do, snow tiles to about right there. A little bit of research first. We'll go to creature comforts now. Mechanical analyzer out of the way. Dock. Seven, 8. We'll do 8 for now, just in case. And then I'm just trying to think how we get oxygen and down to the docks here. Well, number one, the other thing is crafting station. It does require power. And I'm just gonna throw a pump right there. I do have a valve, good. Hold on, we're not gonna do that right there. I need to remember how to do this here. Yes, it's like this. Because then... That's... And then any not oxygen just can be vented over here. Right, okay. Okay, so yeah, this will be my setup here. We'll just be making a bunch of, a few oxygen masks for anyone wanting to delve down here. I'll actually cancel that out for now so we can actually get to the construction of everything, get done fast, a little faster. But then, yeah, we can use that to, yeah, do work down here a lot faster, essentially. Atmo suits, yeah, I know how Atmo suits work. Mari, we've earned a skill point. Can get you into exosuit training pretty soon here. Catalina's earned a skill point. She is our chef, so... Proof carrying next. I also want to say, there's one thing, and I'm just kind of like looking at this up here. There's one thing that makes me a little, that I'm a little loath to be digging up here for now, and that's this mercury here. I kind of want to, where possible, melt this into liquid rather than dig it out to try and preserve as much mass as I can. Because I'm a little afraid of the idea of basically running out of this here. I don't... Actually, you know what I probably should do? Mercury sealing light, 130 grams per second. It may not actually matter here. You'll learn to hate it, yeah. Yeah, so, like, I'm thinking, I'm trying to think through this here. I'm thinking that mercury... I'm predominantly going to be using it for the mercury sealing light. Maybe not entirely, but probably predominantly. And I'm sort of wondering, you know, just given this and the use, you know, the amount that it's using, 130 grams per second, is that, do I want to, you know, again, preserve as much mercury as I can here, not like dig out the solid mercury, lose half of its mass there. Do I instead want to try and melt this? It's negative 38 degrees where it melts. Or is there a skill point? You are going to get... I'm going to say improved carrying too for now. Eventually exosuit training. So, like, my initial inclination, if I'm going to want to melt this, like, what I could do, I'm thinking, you know, it doesn't... You know, it shouldn't take that long to melt. I think what I could do is throw a kiln on top of it, put some temp shift plates, like, right there above the mercury. fire some stuff up, you know, like make some refined carbon or something. Let some of this initially melt, and then liquid tepidizers. The issue here is that it looks like a lot of the biome here is ice and snow as well, and I'd rather not melt that. I could also make glass, because I do have solar panels, maybe not ready to go, but like these are something I can start making, and maybe start making some actually, maybe this is the way to go. Maybe this is the power setup here, you know, like make some mercury, feed that into mercury lamps, put it above solar panels, and use that instead of wood. These only take 60 watts per second, only 1 kilojtu of heat. But we do that. Well, we can't actually lay down a solar panel. I need more. I need glass. 180 watts. I'm sort of thinking I should do this. This feels like it's very worthwhile to do. And if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna need glass. Glass down there, but I don't want to dig down there. And, like, I could make glass as a thing. Oh, and I got everything here. Okay, let's... Okay, hold up. I'm gonna do something here. Okay, so what I'm doing here, to ensure that the gas that I get out of this pump here is going to be oxygen, I'm going to turn this on, and it's going to have, you know, pipe out a little bit of gas right there. And we can now see in this pipe is oxygen, which is good. Good. So now we can build these bridges. That got set. And then with this, the filter is set. We're good to go. Oxygen mask. Make 8 of these. Actually, you know, let's not use cinnabar ore. I'm gonna use copper ore. Alright. So now, this should work. There we go. Okay, looks good. Looks good. So this will be our way to get oxygen into these, Will I get decor if I spend the copper? I know. It's the worst in the... I don't know what I can possibly do. If only there was, I don't know, if I didn't have the... How much granite is there? Is it 430 tons of granite? If only I knew where to find that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I was thinking copper ore there. Partly to min-max this, like cinnabar ore I could use, but eventually I would turn that into mercury. Iron ore I could use as well, but I eventually want to turn that into steel long term. Copper ore, I had a little bit of that, and it's like, okay, this is good enough. I just realized that's 50 kilograms, not 25 kilograms. I want to produce more mercury. I don't know. This is just me thinking long term here. Like, I don't know how realistic it is, but I'm just, I got it in my mind here. Mercury lamps, solar panels as power source. Let's do that, and I want to just try and, not run out of mercury ever, but, no. I guess the more I'm thinking about it with the mercury lamps there, 130 kilograms, or not in grams, 130 grams per second. I could, one of these here is 563 kilograms, so 280... 280 kilograms right there of mercury. How long would that last? 280 times 1,000 is kilograms, divided by 130 per second. That would last, this one block of refined mercury, if I had to dig that out and melt the debris, it would last 2,153 seconds. And put an oxalite sconce below the pump to keep the oxygen supply. Produce more anyway. I could do that, yes. Second here. Frosty lady. You can get construction now. Natural construction. And yeah, I probably should in fact do that because it will. Okay, new strategy here. I don't have storage bins or anything. What's the overpressure again? 2,000 grams. Okay. Okay, we're gonna have to get a little creative here. Gonna need you to bear with me. I know what I'm doing here. Trust me. So yeah, right down here, yeah, the we've had previous I don't want to say overpressure problems, but pressure issues, where the carbon dioxide layer here was not quite thick enough that when we got oxalite down here, it was off-gassing, pushing more and more oxygen up that way. So, we got like pop eardrums level of oxygen up here. And I forgot that because of that, this gas vent's not going to be able to do things all that effectively here. So, up here, this hydrogen gas, specifically right here, is 1,400 grams, below the overpressure amount. So, what I can do is the gas that's getting pumped out this way, it can go into here, get shoved down this way, we'll be fine. Pick up the oxide as soon as possible, send in the O2 zone. Eventually here. I'm, kind of not wanting to do that yet because of power concerns, and, I want to be preserving my wood here. But at some point, yes. 7 of 8, 8 of 8, 4 of 8. Okay. How does that... No. Somehow or another, that alveolar vera got uprooted. But that's fixed now. Good. Oh, well, there's a little hydrogen as well, so that might, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Ooh, come to love the wheel. Put, like, 4 wheels in Ceres. Oh, whoops, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, we'll get back to this here, because I'm wanting to do the oxygen mask setup here first. What are these dogs doing? Oh, that one... Okay. I guess these each take 30 kilograms of oxygen. Yeah. Going here. Supplying fabrication materials. I don't know. Okay. Alright, next bit of research. Okay, so... Yeah, so what I was thinking here, yeah, the HVAC, this is, I was thinking I could use a gas reservoir to put, you know, all that excess gas into and eventually do something about that. We're rerouting around that, but for now, I do want to research that gas reservoir because, I don't know, maybe this whole setup here will break and, I'll need to figure something else out. But, for now, yeah, I don't have anything else important that I really need to be researching, so, yeah, gas reservoir seems reasonable to be working towards. In case, you know, I pump in a little too much hydrogen up here and this thing, this blocks itself off too. Because, yeah, like right here. Way too. I see another phlox right there that needs to be wrangled. Eight, 8, and 5, so we're two phloxes away from 3 full ranches here. much, 5 kilograms of glass. We're not actually going to be getting a whole lot if I were to deconstruct these. I know I saw some glass tiles elsewhere. They're right here. No, that's diamond. Never mind, we can't use diamond. We need glass. Ordinarily, I'd be happy to see diamond rather than glass, but not right now. Well... Yep, I see what happened there. Okay. We just forced... Yep, so it turns out I will need, farming. Yeah, let's go carrying. I will need, gas reservoirs. Just temporarily store a bunch of this gas here. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Although I do wonder, do I have, yeah, canister fillers? I could maybe just throw one of those down there and every so often empty out extra gas. Yeah, we'll do that. Like, in the meantime, at least this right here is kind of providing this big, backup of, gases to be going, but, I don't know, down here. Buttes are up arrows when they want to breathe. Yep, I hear you. I hear you. Get there? The, oh, Critter Condo... Water Fort, Airborne Critter Condo, okay. Set that to a little higher priority to get, more and more, gas over here. Although, hold on a second. Oh, okay. You know what? We now have a backup of oxygen in here. We're in pretty good shape. Yeah, because I was wondering why we were starting to see oxygen back up in here. Anyway, then, with this, let's deliver... all of the oxygen mask we can down to here. And then build up a checkpoint right here. And then, yeah, then we can get back down here and start doing some more digging. That there. And then, yeah, basically say maximum gas we can be storing in here, 200 kilograms. And then every so often just vent everything, I guess. I don't know. Like to create extremely long matters for clarity of all, and then since it ends up collected at the bottom, yeah. I hear you there. It was, maybe about a month or so ago, I was seeing another streamer, doing a max difficulty run on... I don't know if it was Ceres or, Rhyme. It was some coal planet or something. And she was having issues with dupes just stopping on the ladders, dropping things, and causing issues there. So, what she did, was something like this, where it's like, you go up a little bit there, and then a tile right there, go up a little like that, and just kind of alternate like this for a good long while, to try and prevent things from getting dropped. Didn't seem like a bad idea, but I don't know. It also does feel like it's more effort than I'm really wanting to put into things, and it really does feel like this carbon dioxide level is going up, opposed to down. I probably do need to make some alveoveras down here just to again handle a lot of this carbon dioxide. Gens are producing a lot. Yeah, that has to be what it is there. 170 grams per second. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so I think I do need to get onto another power source here. I think I probably should be looking at the mercury lamps and solar panel setup here. That seems like it's gonna be worthwhile to get into. Okay. Anyway, ad break coming in about 4 minutes here. Fair warning, as always. So can we say priority 9 on these guys here? We need to get the oxygen masks delivered here so we can get back down here and start doing things. Also, we'll get rid of this vent here because this all hasn't been working quite as well as I thought it would. The notepad I got right down here, I don't know, like, this is, it's been kind of just exploring down here to see what I can find. I saw this before, and then, you know, there's more of this, and, you know, this over here, and then as I continued digging more and more over this way, this pool showed itself, and we're seeing a little bit over here. Doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's some. Research. That was the... oh yeah, the reservoir. There are interesting things here. Location, you only vision half the map, so yeah, that's true. Yeah, because this is, yeah, like, far right side of the map here. We need to hook you back up and get more oxygen delivered down here. Anyway, so yeah, now that we've got this, we can go ahead and continue digging this way. Oh, why am I stopping there? Yeah. Let all of this leak down into this way. Also carve that quartz as well. But yeah, I think I probably should take a bit of a detour and start thinking about uh um solar panels and mercury lamps as a way to start generating power instead. Because then, you know, we can get off the wood burners, we can stop making carbon dioxide, we can start cleaning a lot of this carbon dioxide down here. Yeah, I think, yeah. Yeah, so I think when I'm back from the ad break, I think what I will do... Yeah, we're gonna keep digging stuff down here. I'm just gonna queue up a lot of this stuff here, too, anyway. But yeah, we'll try and figure out to make some glass, how to make some glass, and, maybe throw down some solar panels, like maybe right down here, along with some mercury lamps. You know, we'll try and figure this out here in a bit. But yeah, ad break's about to begin. I will let that run and be back in just a moment. And we're back here. Okay, so what I'm thinking for glass... I'm gonna pause for a second here because... Thinking... Okay, mercury melts at 38, negative 38.8. So what I'm thinking here is I want to put this in an environment where I can kind of dump a lot of heat. So I'm thinking maybe somewhere over here, you know, where we got the saltwater geyser, where it's relatively warm. And what I could be doing over here, refinement, glass forge. And what I want to be doing here, maybe let's not do there, actually. Into a pool of coolant. So, yeah, there's that. The other thing that I was thinking that I would want to, or possibly want to do, is make a containment tank of mercury, dump it into there to melt the mercury, and then have a pool of mercury right there. Once... Sorry, I'm just pausing for a second because I'm thinking, like, this is where I could be making the solar panels here. I don't know if that's if it does or not. It might. It's something, you know, I've got to figure out for myself eventually here. Plants are these. That's pike apple. That's an alveo vera. Um, yeah, I think what I'm gonna do. Glass forge. I'm gonna put that right here. I think I'm just gonna have a little bit of a pool right here. Do we have a... Yeah, brine ice, let's move that out of here as well. Okay, so yeah, what I'm gonna be doing, yeah, we're gonna be dropping... dropping liquid glass into here. And I'm also gonna have, actually, you know what, I should not make these. To try and keep the heat in here as much as possible. Yeah, so, yeah, we're gonna make this, yeah, a kind of a hot box, essentially. Keep the heat in here, dump the liquid glass into here, and then also have mercury that we dig out up here. Put into this box over here. Hopefully it should melt here pretty quickly. Hopefully. I also want to get rid of this here. This is ultimately going to be, well, maybe a petroleum generator at some point, but I also don't want to be... Like, the petroleum generator, what is, 500 grams per second versus the wood burner. Yeah, it's still a lot of carbon dioxide. I'd rather not make use of that there. But the lumen volcano is accessible, made a giant pit and dumped everything hot inside. Now it's 60 degrees. Wow. Yeah. Got maybe 40 tons of igneous rock from solidified magnets. Yeah. That is nice. Yeah, that is a nice heat source there that you got. They were able to get access to. Anyway, so yeah, earlier I was kind of doing this measurement down here to see, 21 tiles there, and I think if I remember correctly, solar panels are 7 tiles wide. I can't really test that until I actually have some glass that I can, you know, have enough glass to plop down one of these here. But 21 tiles would be perfect, I think, for 3 solar panels. And besides that, 7 mercury lamps as well, because yeah, these are 3 wide there. So yeah, I like the look of that there. And then with maybe some more solar panels, more glass can make more solar panels further on down here. Yeah. Crunching sound that plays occasionally. I don't know, actually. Oh, maybe it might be, like, up here that you might have been hearing it. I think it was, the generators turning off from the smart battery. We'll see what happens here. And, Corpse, what's up with the, game not going too well here? Yeah, is that the sound that you heard, Nanashi? So it was the generators. Ooh. Yeah, that's no good. That's no good. Ugh. But yeah, wood burners there, just turning off. That's what it is. And, yeah, it looks like we actually, we need this power setup a lot, pretty badly here. Because our wood is, we're now down to about a little under 4 tons here. And yeah, like, this is the only time I've ever done this, the wood burner. This is, yeah, like, it's, from what I've heard, it's, like, never worth it, and, yeah, it feels like, in general, yeah, don't want to bother with it. Okay, so given the relative lack of wood here, I'm going to be cutting back on my power usage here as much as possible, because we need to be spending a lot of that for the glass forge over here. So yeah, no more pumping, no more rad bolts for the material study terminal for now. All we're doing here is cooking, auto sweeping, this bit of research over here. Yeah, that's about it there. Last time I played is Forest Start. I've never actually played a Forest Start. Yeah, I would assume that's the case for a wood burner there, because if I remember correctly, the forest biomes don't have any coal in them. Why are you? I see. That is, you're stuck there. That's the problem. Why do you... Amari, nobody, Corbs. The good news here is if you have an accident down here, it's still cold enough over here that it's going to freeze into a solid polluted ice. That does make me curious, Corbs. What is it that you do use when you do when you start on the forest biomes? Um, because yeah, I've not run these. I don't know for sure. And if I kill you, I'm following. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're not going to. You're gonna survive though. I'm gonna go squash fries here. We got enough. We got enough spicy tofu to feed to Jorge eventually, but wheel spawn solar. Okay. Okay. Yeah, at least Alvia Vera is going to complete the CO2 pass and series, but of course you only have limited oxyfurnace, yeah. Okay, Frosty Lady coming over here to build that. Come on, you're supposed to be... Ugh. Well, Harold's doing that one there. Oh, now you go up for some... Build emergency ladder, that's made around to rock. That would have been the way to go about this, but yeah, we have fixed our issue here. Whoops. Oh, that's true. The forest biome does start with that one hatch in it. I completely forgot about that. So that would be an option too. But we do. I need a little more there. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Or wait, what? Burn shift work in your docking exosuit. Why? Did you run out of oxygen, maybe? I guess so. That's fortune built. We just need piping. We need these walls down here. Also, one other thing that I think I asked this previously on stream. I don't know if it was kind of a rhetorical question, but in my mind, it's like, I'm also now thinking, like, this is actually something I'm really curious about. With the metal refinery, if I were to do cinnabar ore into mercury, I would presume that it spits out liquid mercury, unless, the cinnabar ore is super, super cold. But is it going to spit it out, like, I'm assuming not in the output pipe here. Is it going to, like, leak it out and, like, drop it, like, down into this tank here, or is it drop it as a bottle? That is one thing I'm curious about. What's in a bottle? Okay. And I'm actually gonna say... let's not do research for now. Because... again, I want to save a little power here. Oh, not that hot. Okay, okay. And gates. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Nanachi. And mercury is a good coolant. I'm not sure that would work as a good coolant there. Oh, one of those things need to be researched. You know what, let's go and get that, yeah. Those could be useful here. I'm just thinking, like, in general, a lot of the research right now doesn't feel like it's super necessary, but, I probably should get on that just for now. Like, some of that, like, you know, could well be useful here, some of the... I guess, like, I just don't want to be using the material study terminal and, making rad bolts just yet. Because that's going to be a bit of a drain on the power. Doesn't get that hot. Okay. Actually, I guess I'm kind of curious here. Well, let's not go solid mercury, but mercury... liquid mercury... well, I mean, okay, so the thermal conductivity, I can see that as a very good, that's very good as a coolant there. But the specific heat capacity looks pretty low. I'd be looking at that and still feeling like I'm worried about that. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Never mind, okay. I was thinking about this for whatever reason in terms of, like, that, this freezing point here, and a feeling like, you know, if I'm going to be throwing this in a thermal aqua tuner, it's probably going to warm up state change there. But no, I was thinking about it, the solid mercury rather than the liquid mercury there. I think I do actually like that idea there. Orbs, you've got another skill point here. You're our digger. We get you the free construction there. We'll get you into mechatronics engineering here shortly. I don't know. I'm rather interested in exploring this idea at some point here. Maybe not right now, but I think you might be onto something. Because, you know, for coolants there, yeah, the specific heat capacity, that's really the important thing. I think you might not have had food there. Only half the advice. No, let's cancel that. I don't really care about that anymore. I'm more concerned about getting this set up and then getting some mercury up here, and then making some glass. Pops the output pipe every time due to the heat capacity. I guess it depends on, I think it depends more on, you know, just keeping it in the proper temperature range there. Like, as long as you're not cooling it down below, like, 40 degrees, should be okay. And then what was the... yeah, 356, that's like... I mean, this is like... I'm looking at this, it's like, about... it's like roughly a crude oil equivalent in terms of, like, the temperature range there. Yeah, I mean, it does seem like a reasonable idea. Oh, yes, and once I get some gold, I can start making some bleach stone and maybe geotuning a saltwater geyser and getting power that way. But yeah, we're getting a little ahead of ourselves there. Ooh. 8 of 8, 6 of 8, 7 of 8. Wrangle these guys. Rock platforms and rock parts out of mercury is because you never exchange heat, so they'll never melt. That's a good call there. I like that one too. Yeah, I'm gonna say, oh, definitely don't eat meat. Squash. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so the lowest quality food anyone should be eating is a pike apple skewer. But really more interested in the berry sludge and barbecue here. Can't even make a smile without a blueprint, so okay. I mean, I think, consulting the blueprint is perfectly reasonable in most cases here. Because, like, a lot of the designs here, it's not like they're not immediately obvious or immediately straightforward, and, especially when you get into specifics like the automation numbers for, when to turn on sensor, or when to turn on the Atmos sensors and when off. Yeah, it seems perfectly reasonable to be using references for those there. Okay, so that is your stress high. Pop eardrums, chilly surroundings. I see. Might need to be throwing down some massage benches here shortly. I don't want to do this, but his stress is getting a little high. There's nothing there, although we got this brine ice that I do want to move out of the way. Kind of a massage room. Like, yeah, maybe, but at least for right now, I'm just going to do a temporary massage setup. Just for my super stressed dupes here to relieve themselves somehow or another here. Later on, we'll do a proper massage room, and I think that might be once we fully move off these wood burners. Once I get some solar panels and mercury lamps up and running there. Also, while I'm thinking about, we're gonna keep doing work here, I want to be looking at the mechanics of the solar panel. Because it's like, it takes, you only need a certain amount of lux for it to, watts maximum power, coverage of 35,000 lux, 50,000 on each tile. And if we do a mercury ceiling lamp, 60,000 lux. I might not be getting full power out of this, the panels. Oh no, I should be. Never mind. Yeah, I was just looking at the wiki for reference there, and specifically I was looking at, and I'll pull this up here, this little, like, the chart saying, like, this is where, you know, how much light you get and how much it dissipates every so often. And I was trying to remember exactly how far down, or, like, you know, how far down the solar panel would be, and I think it's, like, 3 or so, I don't know. We'll figure this out here. Alright. Orbs and Lyra, you are now eligible for massaging. You may get over there when you are free. Oh, you're eating food. Okay, you're gonna go to sleep here soon. Lyra, downtime. Okay. So what's probably gonna happen is the next day when they wake up, they're just gonna be like, you know what, screw it, we're not doing any more work. We're gonna get ourselves a massage here, whole day, something like that. I don't know. Alright, well, it looks like right here. Popped eardrums, high morale. Corpse is in good shape again. Lyra, also in better shape here, but I think it's going to be fair to say, you know, like, let's let them, you know, de-stress even more here. Definitely worth it. No, I do agree there. Problem is, yeah, the way that I set this up right here, can't really easily make a room because I can't put a door, oops, a door right there, but, you know, if I do find myself needing to make more extensive use of these massage tables, I will properly set one of these up here. This right near here is just meant to be, kind of a stopgap to try and lower our stress down to a more manageable level. Well, over here, 4 more tiles and a vent to build, and then that's all done. I'm gonna say, let's set this at priority 6 for now, because I also want to start doing a little bit of digging up this way. I'm gonna go there. We now have AND gates, or OR gates, buffer gates, filter gates. Yep, those look good. So yeah, I'm just gonna dig up here, and dig out some of this mercury here. A little leery about getting some of the rest of this up here, but, you know, we'll get enough of this and then say, you know, like, we'll drop a lot of this mercury over here. In fact, you know what I probably also should do? Automatically move that over here. Automated dispenser. Yep, there they go. Yep. Massage time. So, I kind of want to dig these ones out, but I don't think I should, because some of that mercury, yeah, it might end up down here, where it's warm enough that it might melt. But no, we'll find out. I think we have plenty over here that we can dig that we can just make use of. And like, yeah, I know I'm talking about like, you know, it's probably going to be more worthwhile if I can actually get this melted in place right here. But it's fine. I think it's fine. Alright, finally, yeah, the liquid vent right there. Also, I'm gonna move this quartz up to about right here. Because the faster I can be operating this glass forge, the less power it's gonna be drawing, the better off we're gonna be. What's this down here? Hand scanner. It's decorative. Window tiles here. Ooh, you know what? If I can get down here, this is that much less glass that I actually need to make. That may well be worthwhile. You know what, I'm not going to worry about that for now. I think it's probably going to be a little more effort than it's worth. Okay, so once we get up here, then we'll say... Yeah, that'll be a good start for the Mercury. Alright. Chromium's inside, it gives a huge pile of glass. That too. I don't want to be digging down here, though, because, I want to be trying to preserve as much chill as possible. I don't want to necessarily be leaking this heat into my main planet, even though it probably could take it pretty easily. It's rock sandstone. Yeah, for now I just like what do we got? Lab windows, 5 kilograms. I'm looking more at the glass, the window tiles here. That's sorry, that was the dust speck there. But yeah, that's 400 kilograms right there. On that side as well. That would be 4 solar panels. Keep it insulated and handle that sustainably. Yeah, like the thing is, yeah, like everything that I'm doing here, you know, like my my oxygen production, my and my ranching, basically all my food, everything here. This is it's dependent on it being cold, and if it stops being cold, I'm gonna have a lot of problems. So I don't want to risk it. Heated speed runs because of the free stuff. I get that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, maybe if this spawned anywhere else that was, you know, like maybe up here where it was super cold. Ooh, there's the wasteland biome. Now we got some grub fruit plants over here. Don't see any Sweetles yet, but, yeah, that's where you are. I mean, it's still... This still has to be a wasteland biome. I'm just not seeing any sulfur here is the thing. Like, the sandstone looks a lot like sulfur, but it's not. No. Alright, Lyra is down below the stress threshold. There she goes. Corbs is right at the threshold at 50%. Yeah, he can just keep doing this until he's done with everything there. Oh, we're going through granite there. Ugh, okay. Okay. Gonna take a little bit of extra work here, I guess. Fine. It's we did it's find strange. Okay. It's like this box right here kind of looked like it was wrangled already. But yeah, I guess not. And over here, sweep only, mercury. We can't actually do that until we dig it out yet. Or dig it out first, so yeah, we wait on that. That's when we wait on that construction there. That's... say all that's a higher priority, but I do want to, like, I'm going to be putting mercury lamps right here, solar panels right below that, and then maybe kind of doing a little bit of a, what's the word I'm looking for? A, stack of it, like, you know, ceiling lamp here, solar panels there, ceiling, mercury ceiling lamps below that, another solar panels down below there, etc., etc. Maybe. I don't know if, I don't know for sure, but, Right, so doing a little digging here now. So you know what? What if I were to cancel that and say... not that. Dig there. Dig there. Right, then you can go up there and start digging there without having to worry about or wait for construction materials to get delivered. Much, much better. And then everything else can be dug out without any special skills. Yeah. Alright, there we go. That's better. Also, you know, one random observation here that's apropos nothing here. But previously I was fairly concerned about pike apple bushes consuming as much, you know, like a whole lot of phosphorite, and eventually, you know, I might run out of that. I might run out of, you know, food sources for, you know, pike apples, for my phloxes, etc., etc. I have been keeping an eye on the phosphorite over here in the resources, and it's been like 59 tons since about the beginning of the stream. It's like not budged at all. So I feel like phosphorite I don't need to worry about. Like I've been good on that for quite a while now. Ooh, look at that. We have found Jorge. I wasn't even trying, but yep, there he is. There he is. So, yeah, because he's on my home planet, this is going to be actually something worthwhile to do here. So, given all this, I'm kind of curious here. So we got Mysterious Hermit, we've got Ancient Specimen, Somnium Synthesizer, Critter Fluxomatic, and the fifth was Biobots. I don't know if we're gonna... I guess we'll have to see if that's on this map here. Didn't run out of phosphorite because Bam's patties. Yeah, so, yeah, I agree there. The thing is, it's been in the back of my mind that I need to be watching the phosphorite because, I don't have Mammoth patties yet. I guess, I got some down here that I can be crushing, but, I don't have Mammoths that I can ranch. I don't, I'm not doing anything with them just yet. So I've just been relying on the phosphorite that's been naturally occurring on the map right now. And, it's been working okay for now, thankfully. Water is the obvious pick here. Yeah, so I think it was last stream where I took an Oxyfern seed previously because I was thinking, you know what, this is just like free carbon dioxide, oxygen, or carbon dioxide removal, oxygen generation, etc., etc. I completely forgot temperature requirements, and I also think I had it in my mind that you could plant them and they didn't require fertilization or irrigation. I was wrong there. Yep. And yeah, you rightfully got upset over that. You can always get more water, can't get more oxyferns and plant them on the second planet. And I mean, that's true. The thing is, with oxyferns, I've never used them. Maybe that's another case of haven't done the forest start, but I just in general feel like there's better ways to generate oxygen and handle carbon dioxide. So it just doesn't feel like oxyferns are worth it. And I'm not. I want to go back to the codex here to see oxyfern. Because yeah, the fertilization here is kind of the big thing. Water, dirt makes oxygen there. Actually, an interesting. That actually looks more efficient than electrolyzers there. I mean, you could use the hydrogen for the electrolyzers, but this is not removing a whole lot there. Yeah, I don't know. In any case, I just never felt like I really needed to use them, though. So, time to empty these containers out here. Also, how is the carbon dioxide level? It's still pretty high here. See, I think it's the wood burners here still doing their things. Alright, we're digging mercury. So, let's say mercury goes here. Gonna make small colonies. That actually makes sense there. Yeah, for on my previous run, it was just the 3 planetoids. I colonized the 3 interplanetoids. If I were thinking I say the marshy planet, for instance, if I wanted to have a duplicant over there kind of doing full-time work or whatever, 1 or 2 duplicants, then maybe that's where oxyferns might make a little more sense there. Something I didn't consider. Alright, so we're gonna start... We're gonna... Base some of this... I'm not gonna sweep up everything here. Really just enough to get started. So let's relocate some of this stuff over here. We built everything here. And we don't have any liquefiables down here. Good. Good. What did I do there? That was not the right place to place the bridge. And we'll fix that a little later. I'll be honest, I'm beginning to reconsider this idea of going down here to get some glass. Like, maybe I can dig down here, grab the glass, and then seal it up with some insulated tiles. Might do that. But for now... you need to drain a lot of this, ethanol away if I want to go down there. Seven of 8, 8 of 8, 8 of 8. We're just still not, like, getting this ranch full here. Let's not do that one here. Let's grab you instead. Not relocate. Wrangle you. Yeah, the reason I'm thinking about, like, you know, get glass down here is because I'm just thinking, like, there's gonna be so much power draw from this glass forge. It's gonna be causing me, you know, another spike of carbon dioxide, another spike of wood usage. I don't know, I'm a little concerned here. Oh, food poisoning. Where did we get germs? You know, whatever here. Bladder, bathroom UC, yeah, you'll be fine. You'll walk it off. Oh, and the gravitas doors get steel, too. Yeah, that is a nice bonus, too. what's it down here? These were the other window tiles. Those are gonna be harder to get to, I think. So much goodies in that building. Yeah, like, yeah. Yeah, steel, granite. How much steel do these have? 100 kil. Okay, so you get 200 kilograms out of that. It's not a whole lot, but and it's still not bad. Granite, lab windows. The lab windows are still 5 kilograms, yeah. So it's not. That's not an appreciable amount of glass, unfortunately. I think. Oh yeah, you get a little bit of obsidian from the gas pipes there too, because this is yeah, regular gas pipes out of obsidian. Not great. Want to replace that with something else. Okay, it looks like we've swept up as much mercury as I want over here for now. I mean, we're getting there, but why is tungsten so different a color from wolframite? Strange. Alright, and ad break notification coming in again. Cool. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to go on that. And then, you know, we'll just, you know, pause, continue digging, continue construction, whatever. I'm gonna be on break. You know, you take your own break, as always here. Switch it off and play normally, because I would normally demolish it for goodies, but necessary for speed run. Okay, okay. That's true. Yeah, and speed running is gonna be more of an important thing for the, Prehistoric Planet pack there, because, yeah, got 200 cycles until certain doom. And, good night, Corpse. You have a good night. Oh, wait, ad is not about to start. I don't know why you gave me that notification there. Is this... yeah, liquid chlorine. Eh. Fine, you can just liquefy there. It's not that big of a deal. I think the meteor impact more suits your playstyle than destroying it. Fair enough, fair enough. Do like that idea. I like that, though. Oh, yes, and there's aluminum ore here, too. Oh, and... could get a little wood out of this, too, from these arbor trees down here. Didn't think about that. Okay, so if I get down here, like, what kind of temperature am I going to be leaking in? Like, right about here is kind of the tipping point. So, like, negative 21 degrees, negative 7 degrees. Occasionally going up to, like, 10 degrees or thereabouts, and then 16 degrees down here. Okay. 20 degrees here. Yeah, I think if I just build a ladder kind of going down this way, digging over here, getting this window tiles, and then digging over here, getting these window tiles, I think that should be fine enough, and I can go back up here and seal that in with an insulated tile to, again, try and keep the warmth in here. But yeah, I want all this ethanol to have somewhere to go first. They keep running back to warm themselves at the heater. Yeah, that's true. In this case, supplying farming materials, because you're not my digger. I don't know where my... Where's the digger? Wait, Corpse, are you the digger? Yeah, Corpse is a digger, okay. That's why. So he's needed massaging here, because I guess, yeah, he's been going far from home to do a lot of this stuff here. Yeah, okay. Okay, well, whatever. We'll get this dug out eventually. Although, you know, now that we got Mercury over here, I think I do need to melt that Mercury. Like, where are you? Negative 40. Yeah, let's queue up. Enough to build one solar panel for now. So we need to melt some Mercury, number one. But number two... Or, well, like, I'm gonna need the Mercury there. Anyway, yeah, ad break's about to come in, so I'm gonna pause here. Not pause here. Gonna take my break. See you in a few minutes. Alright, and we're back here. See some food is decayed. Rotten pike apple. Yeah, okay. I don't care about that. That's so polluted water. It looked like, yeah, it looked like it was, like, shiny enough that it might have been brine or something, but, yeah. Nope, we're fine. Okay, so we now have our first batch of glass being made. And we got some more digging going on down here. Pop eardrum, stopping wets. Yeah, whatever. Alright. Is negative 45.1 degrees. Need to up it by another 10 degrees or thereabouts. What is a glass? 590 degrees, okay. Okay, well, yeah, we'll let this run for a little while and see if we can get some liquid out of here. This almost fully dug out here. Ah, there's some Sweetles. Suffering from cold again? Eh, fine. You know, I wonder. Who precisely has the worm coats? Yeah, like, we got Harold right here. You know what? Let's say worm coat, you're out of that. Corbs... No, Corbs has one. Fine, who's our builder? Frosty is our builder. I guess the worm coat, by creating insulation. Yeah, because, yeah, Corbs here is already wearing a warm coat, and that's, like, not doing enough to keep him warm down here. Anyway, we got 100 kilograms of glass already, it seems, so... Oh, there we go. Mercury is at negative 37 degrees, so that should melt soon. The glass... 617, yeah. Yep, it's transferring a lot of heat to that, that mercury there. Good. Good. Yeah, look at that. It's a nice little, little hot box there. Negative 36.8. There it goes. Of course, there's some... Yeah, there we go. And I guess this is probably too much mop. Yeah, that is. Okay, so what I might need to do, I might need to put a liquid pump in here, and we'll just, like, manually pump mercury out into here. Which should be fine, because we're going to be generating enough power, I think, that it should be fine. I was kind of hoping to maybe mop something up, put it in a bottle drainer, and then drain it along the line here or something, but yeah, that might have been a little too much here. Oh well. Okay, so everything dug out here. Let's go ahead and... Oops, what did I... Wrong key. Let's basically dig this now. Let as much of that ethanol drain down into here as possible. And then hopefully we can build ladders down this way. Dig across to each of these two sides. Deconstruct things down this way. Yeah, because the hope here is, like, this ethanol that's right here. I want that to drain as much as possible into here. Eight of eight. Wait, why is this not ever... How about we just manually relocate you up here? Put that to a high priority there. Alright, so now we have enough glass that I can build an initial solar panel here. Okay, why? $199.8? How? What? How do we... Well, that is irritating. I have no idea how that happened, but... Okay, one more batch. One more batch. Anyway, good news is it looks like, yeah, this is going to be efficient for... Or it's... I wouldn't say efficient, but it will work for our purposes of getting as much of this ethanol down into a nice contained spot as possible, and then we can ladder down this way. It won't be perfect because we got some, like, gram level of ethanol here, but it's good enough. It's good enough. Quinn and Corbs are now, and Lyra are now, yeah, at high stress here. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to build a massage room here. In fact, we'll do this down here. We don't need this skill scrubber anymore, I don't think. Or, yeah, everyone's properly scrubbed here. Yeah, we can get rid of this. We can turn this into a proper massage room here. Oh, but the problem is the carbon dioxide level down here. They're gonna be going up for breath. We can do it over here instead. Yeah. Furniture... hanging pots... massage table. We'll do 3 of these. Let's do it like that. Okay. Get off here. Get off here. Get rid of these wires. I guess those as well. That wood there. We have to do something about this. I'm also gonna need to have a... Where are you? Manual generator right here. Because we are getting close to being out of wood here. Ugh. Cool. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, for future purposes, maybe don't rely on wood burners as much. These are, they're not great. They're gonna burn through the wood stockpile, give you too much carbon dioxide, cause all kinds of problems here. Alright, but we do now have enough for a solar panel, so, like, I'm gonna pause this and kind of... Never mind. I was thinking I could try and... But let's see here. 7,000... Okay, so this... We can fit... we can fit, 3 of these in there. 5, 6, 7, and something like that. And then, can I don't know if I can put a ceiling light, or mercury ceiling lights, on top of, or, like, right below a solar panel. We'll find out here soon enough. But, yeah, I think we're about ready to start making some relatively renewable power. I don't want to say completely renewable power here because it's dependent on my mercury stockpiles here, but we will have a lot of mercury that we can work with. Oops. It's, and we'll just drop that out too. Alright, and once we get this door built, then we should have a massage room here. Boom, boom. Yep. Anyone who's super stressed here, yeah, like Quinn over here, Orbs eventually, they can get some relaxation, and now, yeah, rather than negative or minus 30% stress per cycle, it's now minus 60%. Yeah, this is good stuff here. Also, it could just be me, but I think I think the carbon dioxide level is kind of going down. I'll take it. Alright, and I think it looks like we can now go down this way, but I think, first of all, let's mop this. Just to get this all bottled up and not, like, dropping down this way. Oh, that glass is actually cooled down pretty substantially here. Everything here is cooled down quite substantially. Yeah, I'm not worried. Like, I just took relative temperature here. As long as... Yeah, as long as the mercury in here is, or like the general temperature here is above the green, that mercury should hold. Alright, now let's go down here and let's try and get ourselves some glass. Button. Yeah, it's just going to be the glass we're getting. We're just going to be doing a little bit of a tiny smash and grab here, essentially. Okay, so the hard part is going to be digging through that abyssalite there. Of course, Corbs is the one that's stressed and probably going to want to be doing... Oh, never mind. Your stress is going down now. Good, good. Yeah, so negative 25% per cycle. I think just to be safe, I'm going to up the break to about 55%. Because I want Corbs to get down here and actually be doing the digging here. I guess... I need to figure out a better way to automate all this here. I think dropping the Mammoth was a big setback. Got more warm coats to improve the wishity or dupes. Possibly, I mean, like, you know, I got these other Mammoths over here that I could shear the reed fiber out of. And there's this one up here as well. You know, I don't know why you're doing that. Let's, oh, that's not... Never mind, that's, Okay, I had in my mind that this was abyssalite right there. Yeah, there's nothing hard we're digging through here. Okay. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. I guess while we're doing all that, because that's set to a higher priority, we'll go up here and fix everything here. Like, we don't need that piping there. This bridge is wrong. I needed to have a bridge right here instead. So I'm also trying to think about how I'm delivering mercury. I think we do a pump right here, cross over this way. Yeah, let's do that. Pump. Fine, here. Related pipe there, we'll cross over there, we'll cross over there. And along like that. Guess we'll just have to do that. It's a little messier than I'd like, but okay. Wait, no, we don't want to do that here because food safety. I don't know why you're giving me that tutorial right now. Alright. Then finally that bridge there. Okay. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. Although I think, let's maybe not do that. Yeah, let's leave that disconnected for now. Seven of 8 again here. 8 of 8, 8 of 8. Move you into there. Okay. Actually, each wild mammoth and flock can be shared, even if not intending to ranch them. They spawn with 100% growth. That's true. That's true. Yeah. New creator spawn with only 25. Yeah, so I think, yeah, that must have been why you're telling me to just like the temporary ranch for mammoths and you know, I guess starvation ranch them there or something like that. That does make sense, and maybe it would have been a good way to start getting some reed fiber. But I think, yeah, we can. You know, there's still mammoths here. We can still make use of this. It's not the end of the world. Probably we'll probably be looking into that next stream here. You know, big focus right here is trying to get solar power up and running. This is the yes, this is the magma biome down here. And there's a gravitas building there? Ah, okay. Sure. But yeah, you know, power really feels like it's the most important thing right now because no wood. And the multiple flocks ranches was not sufficient to sustain my power needs here. So yeah, I want to make power much more sustainably here. I'm really curious about what's down here. Why, like, why we got this gravitas building here in the middle of what's presumably a lava biome, but, still not seeing magma here. How's the heat in general? Like, yeah, I guess it's the case that down here towards the bottom of the map, we got the warmer biomes then. Right, because Corpse is, yeah, de-stressing. Although, 3630 Soka. What is your, yeah, pop eardrums, high morale, Dodge Clinic. I was seeing something pop up every so often. It's like low, yeah, okay, low oxygen there because, we got the carbon dioxide line right up here. Yes, what are you doing with the igneous? Oh, you're constructing all of that there. Yeah, okay. When really I want somebody coming down here to dig everything else out. Whatever, whatever. Okay, yeah, Corbs is ending the day at the bathroom and then eating dinner here. Fair enough. So yeah, this is going to be it today, at the end of the cycle here. Once the cycle rolls over, I'm going to call it here. But, yeah, goal, we're continuing here. We're trying to get this glass here, but as soon as we get that, solar panels, mercury lamps, is that reachable? Yeah, it's reachable. Then we can hopefully make more sustainable power, and then, I don't know, maybe put more batteries up here, I guess. How do I, Yes, I did no, I haven't researched space power yet. I could do that and then be able to make battery modules and then be able to, yeah, like, put something right here. Catalina, preparing. And yeah, just store up a lot of power with the generation that we're doing over here. I really should do that then. Although I completely forgot that the materials study terminal can't do anything because we've disconnected the Radbull generator to save on wood for now. The future me problem. We'll deal with that later. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, so thank you for joining me tonight. I am, yeah, this is starting to get to be a bit of an ordeal here. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to run out of wood that soon here. Oh well. Oh, well, this is fine. Anyway, so yeah, I was just taking a look here. Pause here shortly. Yes, it does look like Julie is streaming. I'm gonna send you her way. Do enjoy hanging around, watching her play, giving Bob treats, etc., etc. So yeah, I will be back on Saturday, taking tomorrow and Friday off. Right channel. Sorry, I gotta set up this right here. But yeah, Saturday we will continue to play through, try and get the solar panels going, and then maybe getting these mammoths over here, getting some reed fiber out of them. I don't know. We're gonna make progress here. Yeah. So thank you for joining me. to start the raid there. And thank you for, I shall enjoy the new chair. Absolutely. Until next time, have a good day. Cheers.